everybody, how's it going today? I am doing bookwork here in our actual hardcover book so that we don't lose it due to computer loss. Not that I think that would ever happen, but we like to keep a spray book so that we can, if we have any problems with, we damage any neighbors' crops, we do our best not to, but you never know when that can happen. You got to keep records legally so that if that ever happens, you know what wind direction it was, what the temperature was, all these variables. Also good for records for us also to have, so that if we don't have a bad problem killing the weeds, it's possibly a temperature or time of day. All that stuff needs to be documented to make sure that you have your records correct for if you ever have a problem in that field or a neighbor's field. So I am basically taking the chemicals that I was spraying here out of the 2630, just handwriting it in here. The products we were using, the gallons, the tips, all that, writing it into each field here. The other guys, they're working on water trailers and getting them ready to go. Me and Eric sprayers behind this one. We were out spraying. We I think started at 1:30 yesterday, and we were done at about 7:30, and we sprayed 900 acres. So we had a really good day yesterday for being a short day. Today we hope to get out and do, I hope 1200. We should easily be able to do that, but we got to do some chemical switching right now. We are just spraying Roundup and generic Flex Star, some safeners and clethodim to kill volunteer corn, all that type of stuff. So anyways, they're working on water trailers. I'm documenting what we did yesterday. Gonna document the couple fields that I'm gonna spray here in another half hour or something, as soon as we get our ducks in a row, and we'll see how it goes. Also eating some Subway. Pretty good for breakfast. Did you hear that? That's the sound of mellow time. So that was a good time. So as I talked about keeping records, it's mandatory. We have to do it, but I sure hate it. I sure hate writing in this. I just want to go spray, be done with it. Can't be done with it. Well, I'm going to go see if those guys are ready to go yet. As you guys have seen, probably from the equipment tour or past videos, 8430 plants soybeans. During spray season, it comes off and goes on to the green sprayer. The green sprayer is normally pulled by the cat tractor during pre-season due to that sprayer is a little fancier than the other one as far as just electric valves versus manual valves. They're the same sprayer, this one just has a couple better options. We do this switch around just so that it matches. Eric, can we go spray yet?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, it's time.
Are they done with the monkey show?
I think so.
Monkey show is straightened out.
Did you strap down those totes?
Yes.
For Doug?
Yeah.
You think they're going to make it to town?
Depends if he keeps it to
No
under
chance.
80.
You might as well start writing out the check for $400 to West County.
Totes are busted. Yeah, I was just telling him how that I made you switch these sprayers around yesterday just so that this one would match this tractor.
Oh, it's all about style out here.
Yeah, it's all for the gram.
Yeah, don't show up unless you're going to be cool.
Eric's waving goodbye. He's taking off. I'll be shortly behind him. He's gonna go that way. I'm going that way. We'll meet up, I'm sure, sometime today. Yesterday was the first time that we've ever sprayed in the same field together. It didn't work very well. It was a nice half section, and it just ended up to be the way it was. He had a half load, I had a half a load. So we were like, well, might as well not go far away from home. Let's try and spray this together. While being we don't have enough tractors for John Deere Link, we didn't have each other's coverage maps. So we're like sending Snapchats to each other, trying to figure out our coverage map and where we started and stopped. I think we got it. Should be pretty good. Maybe a little over that, just a little bit on the headland. Yeah, that would be nice to be into like two newer deers, new enough to have coverage maps so we could spray in the same field. It makes it easier for our water tender to not have to get so far behind and running so far between the two. We were running one water trailer yesterday, and I think we sprayed about 13,500 gallons of water. Our water containment system's totally empty. We got one truck full, and the other truck's about half full. So we got till noon today, and we might still be running to town to get some water. So let's get to it. So it was like 95 degrees yesterday, and we were using the curtain side water trailer instead of the tanker because the tanker's set up for corn spraying. And let's just say Waterboy Randy was very hot, very hot. He was as red as a beet. My arms got sunburned, Eric got sunburned. Wasn't the best, but did 900 acres, which spraying in that heat actually isn't the best for the soybeans or killing weeds, because the weed is actually protecting itself from the heat also and not wanting to absorb the chemical, or so what we've been told. But it's time to spray, so we got some pretty good weed pressure in areas, so that was our choice to spray yesterday. Beautiful day, beautiful wind. Talking some rain maybe later this week, so we got to get her done. So I got flagged in as I drove by the bend site because there was a malfunction with the bend sweep here. As you can see, it was hooked on something and then an avalanche buried it. Now we got her going again. So we had for trouble, but it ended up slugging on something. Then them belts slipped, that's why we got the cover off there. Investigating the situation, or actually Randy was, Waterboy Randy. I was ripping around the bend site here, ready to head out. He comes running, stop, I need help lifting the sweep. So we shut everything off, went in there, lifted the sweep up and back, get it unburied and unhooked on whatever the heck it was hooked on. Fired it back up. So far it appears to be working like it should. I don't know how the footage will look of what it looks like in the bend, because GoPro's lighting is not the best in dark situations, and it's pretty dark in there. But now I can go spray, hopefully. Wow! Clutch drop it. Hammer time, let's go! Hello, Mama. She must be going to the farm. Do some bookwork. Get unfolded here and we'll get hammering out some beans. First time around the field, you basically pick one row that you want to drive on, because we got 16-inch belts on the tractor and 14-inch belts on the sprayer. 20-inch rows. Trying to get down 20-inch rows with a 16-inch track. You can make it work on one row, but if I swerved it all with the planter, which what I'm looking at ahead of me, I mean, can you see that? Obviously, I don't know why I would have a mark like that, but it happens where your guess row is very swervy. You're never driving the same in the field. We're on our planter tracks and it works a lot better. We actually have tram lines. What tram line is we've got two rows behind the tractor. So what the tractor is driving on, the two rows beside the tracks, we have spread out to 24 inches. So we have 20-inch beans, but where we spray, like in the field, we have them rows spread out to 24 inches. Works slicker than heck, actually. We really like that. With that being said, the first time around the field, we do not have tram lines. You just basically pick the row you want to drive on and try to keep either side of the tractor in the row, if that makes sense to you. We wait for my booms to activate. They're a little crabby this morning. Make sure I'm on the right field here. Now, as I've said before, we are not RTK, so it's all hand steering, pretty much all hand steering. Cornfields with 30-inch rows, I can auto steer, but I have to watch it like a hawk, because any side hill where that planter drifted down the side hill or dog track definitely is potential for some trouble with keeping the tractor in the row. So with all that talking being said, let's get to it. So as you can see, anything that drowned it out last year, extremely weedy. Look at this. So as you can see, to the rim edge, where the weeds are so bad, that's because there was not a crop last year. We did the best that we could to spray them, but when you don't have crop, there's nothing to keep the weeds down under the canopy of the crop. So the weeds come through really bad, and that was what happened last year with so much rain. A lot of stuff drowned it out. Now we got weed pressure, severe weed pressure in those spots. So that's why we're out here spraying early. Beans are about this big, I would say. That's why we're out here spraying it. Yes, they need to be sprayed regardless. Definitely need it, but them spots are thick as hair on a dog, which is, whoop, that was a rock. I'm only going 10. When I get her up to 13 and a half and you hit a rock, you swear the glass is gonna break out of the cap. It's so rough. So basically, I'm just out here to show you, we are really getting some weed pressure out here. In also areas that are not low spots that drowned it out. So that's what we're out here. You want to get these weeds before they become bigger than a pop can. You cannot kill these. Well, this one is pretty easy to kill, but water hemp is what we really fight with. If you can't kill it before it's the size of a pop can or less, you're gonna fight to kill them all season. That's why we're out here when the beans are somewhat small. I mean, they're not much taller than my finger is, but they really do look pretty good out here. I don't know if you can tell with the camera, but right here is what I'd call a tram line. So this is where the planter tractor, that exact tractor, the 8430, drove when planting. So here's the center of the planter. So 30 feet that way to the fence line, 30 feet that way, 60 feet. So these are the tracks I spray on in the main field, but since 120-foot boom and 60-foot planter, the first pass down the field, you're on your guest row, which is right here. As you can see, it narrows up. I drive on that. Then when I set up the field, I spray 90 feet down the field once I've went around the field one time, and then I get on my planter track, spray 90 feet down, and I'm on my planter tracks the whole rest of the time on those wider rows, so that it gives us drivers a lot of leeway. This is the way we've been doing it for the last, oh man, maybe since 2012-ish. I think is when we first got our top air sprayer, the first one. As you can see, very tight, keep it in a 20-inch row. You can do it, but then as you see, I'm in the row perfectly over here. Here's my guest row. It's a little bit wider than all the other rows, obviously. Tractors, I was on 120 inches, so if your guest row is varying, you're gonna be in the row on one side and on the row on the other. So that's kind of an example there. It is what it is. I mean, there's really no way of preventing it. Got to be perfectly level, or as level as we can possibly get with these sprayers, because the tank is 2,400 gallons and it just can be off multiple gallons if you're not level every direction. Get after it! So I did about 88 acres at that last field. Eric did 30 and 10 to get a sprayer emptied off 2 little fields. He's a couple miles behind me. I gotta reload. I'm gonna spray another 110 acre field. Eric's gonna work on a 220 acre field across the road. My water tender is here, so I'm 1 mile away. Enjoy this time lapse. Getting to be a busy place all of a sudden. You done?
Is this a little one for me?
You want it?
Oh, now I get to sit around and wait, because we always got to load you first.
That's right, I'm primary.
Secondary to clean up your mistakes.
That's right. So like I said, Eric's loading up here. He's gonna be spraying across this pasture here from me. 220 acre field there. I'm loaded up with about 2,100 gallons, so that'll easily do this field. We're spraying about 15 gallons an acre. Get her unfolded and get out of their way. Look at how blue it is to the north. Looks like a storm. It's gonna go north of us, I believe, or we're hoping. Actually, I wish that rain would come. We need rain terrible, but spray's supposed to be on for 3 hours, ideally. Longer than that's better yet, but that ain't gonna get us. I've been checking my radar. No rain for us. Well, we're temporarily in a weather delay, waiting to see if it's going to rain. That big storm that was over there has developed a tail. I don't know if you can see this. There's where I'm at. It's growing that right there, which I would say is gonna get us for sure. So we're taking an hour-long break here. Well, we've determined it was a joke. We never got no rain here. So we're gonna go spraying. We just wasted an hour. It's better to waste an hour than to spray the whole field and lose thousands of dollars in chemical and have to do it again. I mean, 116 acres done. God, this road, rough. It's rough, it's terrible. Look at the Big Swede sending it. This day is getting to be somewhat irritating. Look at, it's blue again out west, north. And we've got ourselves another storm moving in, possibility anyways. There I am on the blue dot. Think it's gonna get me? I think I'm gonna go to the farm. I'm just 2 miles away. I don't feel like risking this one. Shutting her down. Somewhat disappointed. I'm all loaded up, ready to do this field. But I kinda actually hope we get a good shot of rain here, hopefully. I have this feeling that spraying is done for the day, most likely. We'll see what the next job is. I don't know if you can see the hailstones, but they're bouncing all over the ground. See them white buggers? You can hear them. I've come to rescue Dad with the service truck before it rained, but oh my goodness. That's good for the corn. Yeah. Needless to say, I'm glad I didn't keep spraying. I needed rain, not hail. This is terrible. You can't really see it through the camera, but that road ditch that we cleaned out is all white. Well, that was a quick little shot. Not really raining very much anymore. I don't think it hailed long enough to really amount to much damage, which is good. It was really hailing there, wasn't it?
I was a little concerned for my
Pickup?
orange colored pickup. What's that down on the corner of the highway there?
It's somebody, I imagine, unless the aliens are here. How do you make pizza? I don't know. I can't eat pizza, so.
Preheat oven at 400. How do you turn that on? Cook. 400. Broil, bake. Bake? 400. I bet there's a dot or a button here for pizza and I didn't. Yeah, right there. Pizza. No preheat. What is that?
Lasagna. Is there anything in there? Always check for children.
Oh, jeez.
Before starting it. Boy, that looks just delicious, huh? All full of
ice crystals.
crystallized.
That'll make it moist. So, preheat for how long? Oven preheat. It don't say.
Till it gets to 400 there, bud.
Well, that'll say that. Okay, place pizza on pan, 20-30. I don't have that long.
Is it ready yet?
Tell me when it's ready.
The guy must not know it's just raining like crazy. Regardless of the situation of that field getting rained on, I'm glad I shut down and I'm thankful for the rain. It's really raining, boys. Well, I'm just about to go home. I wanted to show you all the chemicals we just loaded in this thing. It's ridiculous. We are ready for tomorrow. and then some. It's turned into a beautiful night tonight. Sun's out. We got about 4/10 of rain out of that. Another shower came in shortly after that as we were eating dinner and relaxing. Then sun came out, wind went down. Awesome outside tonight. Turns out we're gonna need some more AMS. I think we're gonna call John at A-Chem Solutions tomorrow. See how long it'll take, because we normally order in the winter and we don't know when he ships it out, and we're never in a hurry for it, obviously. So I do not know how long it takes to get from there to here. So we're gonna call and see if we can get some more chemicals through them, because they are really cheap on AMS. Check them out if you want some of that. We're definitely gonna order more. We'll be back to spraying here hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully the 410 soaked in really well. Because of how dry it was, it soaked in, and I would imagine by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning we'll easily be able to drive in the fields. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up. I appreciate all of you guys watching, encouraging and supporting this channel. Please continue. See you next time.